Welcome back to Legendary Mel Games. I'm your host, Joe, and today we are finally shotgun starting the finale of Episode 2 of Quake 1 on the Kex Engine. This is from John Romero using music soundtrack Hall of Souls from Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails. Decino, tell us why this is so hard.
One major difference in Quake compared to Doom is that dying reloads the inventory you had when you started the level. So if you picked up, let's say, a rocket launcher in the previous level, you'll keep it when you die in the next level. Because of this, Quake's levels are designed around continuous play. Warping to a map in Quake does cause a shotgun start. E2M6, the Dismal Oubliette. Oh boy, this map. The Thunderbolt is the only weapon you can find here, and it's more or less towards the end of the map. It doesn't have that many shells either, and the map has 3 areas with zombies. Anyway, let's start from the beginning.
A huge thank you for Decino for letting me use snippets of his video Can You 100% All Quake Maps by Shotgun Starting. The link will be in the description below, and we will hear from him again. Now, to begin with, let's go ahead, jump into the moat, hit the switch underneath the bridge. That will unlock the first secret, giving us the first quad damage of the map. There are 2 different ones that we have to use to take out zombies. So immediately you have 1 behind you, you have 2 hiding in the back that we have to make sure to get rid of. If any scrags get in the way, show them the way onto the next life as we go back to the start of the map as fast as possible. You'll barely have enough time to take out the 2 zombies there. If you fail, just restart. Because we do not get a rocket or grenade launcher in this map, all we get outside of the shotgun is the Thunderbolt, and that is going to happen right at the end of the map just about. So let's go ahead and work our way through the sea of ogres and fiends and death knights. They are the main enemies we're going to be dealing with in this one, and it is very tough because, just to put things into perspective, the ogres have 200 health. The Death Knights have 250 health, and the Fiends have 300 health. Not to mention, there's also a multitude of Shamblers in this map, I think 5 of them in total, each one of them having 600 health, or 3 times the Ogre, or 2 times the Fiend. And all we have is a shotgun through most of this map, and even when we get the Thunderbolt, it's pretty much useless outside of just taking out a few enemies. So, get well acquainted with meleeing enemies. Personally, I find it a lot easier to take out the ogres and the fiends with the axe. I have a very hard time taking out the Death Knights with an axe. Something about the unpredictability of how they run and swing. Sometimes they'll just run and swing at you once, and if you dodge it, good, but sometimes they'll just keep swinging like a madman at you. Now, this is one way we can cheese the fiends, get them down in the pit below, and get them stuck in the doorway. They cannot, for the life of them, get through the doorway, so take full advantage of that. That way we can melee them out of existence. Now, this is honestly the best way to deal with the fiends. Many of them we can get stuck on scenery. So, just like the Fog Crawler from Far Harbor in Fallout 4's DLC, we can use the scenery to our advantage here. The ogres, pretty easy to get rid of. They only have 3 attacks. They shoot the grenade launcher at you, which can come out of nowhere. They can do the horizontal slash, which goes back and forth, so be careful. Or they have the 1 long vertical slash. So as long as you get their attack patterns down pat, the ogres aren't really much of a threat. But the Death Knights, they just seem way too unpredictable to me. I've never been able to consistently get rid of them. As you can see, the other 2 fiends are still up there, so we have to draw them down somehow. Now, the Scrags are easy to take out because they have very little health and they have no melee attack. So you can get rid of them no problem. And beware of the ogre that's past the locked door shooting at us as we go ahead and get this fiend stuck in the doorway. Again, scenery to your advantage. That is the best way I can describe getting through here as we make our way through this entry section, which is actually not in the original Quake. So, for those who have played the original on PC, you'll recognize the kill count is vastly different. In this one we have 107 kills. In the original you have 85. And that's because this entire front section of the Oubliette was not included. So, it's an extra challenge for us, just to add even more difficulty to an already insane map. As you see, we literally just shot him and got him stuck in the corner here. I'm telling you, fiends are absolutely hilarious to get caught up on this scenery. We're going to see some of the most bonkers things you can do with these enemies all the way through this map. As you can see here, with the ogre, the most dangerous part is just that really quick grenade shot. Because if that thing hits you point blank range, it's going to do a ton of damage, as you see there. So let's go ahead and get him out of here. If you'll calm it down with that, good grief. And if you see those little blurred cuts right there, that is where I saved, cut that part out for editing. One thing I do notice that's bizarre about the save, at least on the console version, is the fact that whenever you reload a save in Quake, you reload it looking 90 degrees from the ground. So looking straight ahead horizontally. It does not reload in the direction you were looking at. So that can be a bit jarring, so I patched it up the best I can. Obviously, this is to show the complete run. It is extremely, extremely difficult. If you can carry your weapons over from other maps, this level is no problem at all, because it gives you tons of nails and it gives you tons of rockets just from the ogres alone. So you have no problem with the zombies. You can just take them out with the rocket launcher, and you have the super nail gun, or the triple barrel nail gun, to take out everything else lightning fast. So this map is notoriously one of the hardest in the game to shotgun start, and that is why it has taken so long to actually pull off. I know I promised Decino about this a while ago, and I thank him and everyone else for their patience on this as we finally managed to put a run together. So go ahead and get these two infighting. That way, anytime you get anything infighting with the Fiend, go for the Fiend. Because he's most likely outlast anything if left to its own devices. And now that that's taken care of, we hit this switch to release the bars, and here is the central hub area. This is the area most people will recognize as an early part of the level itself. So go ahead and coax out both Death Knights. I will usually be taking out with the shotgun. Not playing around with trying to melee these things unless we have to. So, go ahead, as you can see here, just draw them out, get them out of here without having to waste any more health. I don't want to have to start digging into our health reserves before we need to, because this next section gets a bit rough. You've got two fiends that, unless you're careful, are kind of hard to get stuck. The first one, we're literally going to run underneath it and get him stuck in midair. So go around here, and we want him to jump in the corner, and we can get right here underneath him. That way he can't move, and we've got all the belly shots we want. Get out of here, you. Just like that. One fiend down. So hit this switch to raise stairs in the other room. We ultimately need to hit a switch that an ogre's guarding. Jump in the pit. We need to get the fiend in the water pit here, because that way we can get him caught up with the ogre, so he has his attention away from us, while everything else is taking pot shots at him. And just like that, I'm pretty sure he's taken out the scrag. We just need to get him in fighting with the ogre, and as soon as he stops jumping at us, we'll know it's happened. And there it goes. Alright, so speed that up, because we tried to get the ogre to take him out with grenades, and somehow this thing has been splashed 1,000 times and still has not gone down yet. So I'm honestly starting to think he's resistant to blast damage, so we'll just take him out ourselves, no problem. Now the ogre, get him out of here, and the switch is ours for the taking. Except, he faked us out, so get out of here, you. You're not playing dead on us today. We will make sure you're down for the count. And now the switch is ours. So, back up. Hit this to bring our stairs back. Absolutely great level design on this one. The switches, everything about this just flows seamlessly, because this unlocks the door right behind you, and this fiend we also need to get into the water pit. Ignore the Shambler for now, he usually ends up infighting with the ogres up there. So, off into the pit he goes, and now we can get him in the corner of the stairs, and we can get him stuck there, where he's helpless. So, he's gonna keep trying to melee us, thinking he can, and he's out of here. So, now that's dealt with, let's give the Shambler a smack or two, and dive into the water. Ignore all the zombies, because this is the hardest quad section of the map. Let's wake both of the fiends up, and get them coming at us over here, as we climb the tower, take out the Scrag, and beware, the Death Knight is awake up there. So, over here, let's go ahead and cheese out the ogre, before he knows what hit him. As you can see, it's a lot of very narrow platforming here, but luckily it's not too bad. Just basically jump to a wall and you'll land on something. And the Death Knight, you just need to get in the corner here and you can cheese out no problem. This is the one area he can't hit you unless for some odd reason he would try to use his projectile attack there. And then you can get these two infighting to help weaken up that fiend. So, back down here, ignore the zombies, we need to get our fiends over here, because all we need to do is jump up 3 sections, and then we can hit him, they can't hit us. So, they think they're meleeing us, but unfortunately for them, infinite height monsters, not a thing here. So, we can take care of that, no problem, and we can give the fiend a smack or two. And very dangerous to try and get him on the corner because his melee attack has such good range on it. So, get that fiend out, then we've got one more down here. So, same thing, get up 3 tiers, he can't hit us, we can hit him. So just like that, this fiend is gone, and we can move on. Now, whatever you do, don't hit the switch up here yet, because that is to unlock the next section. We actually don't want to unlock it yet, because we can cheese the enemies out of here pretty easily. So as you can see in the pit down here, we do have some health bonuses we can take. Let's make sure none of the zombies got grounded. And over here, we can use this bar to help deflect all their grenades, so we can take out the ogres no problem. Now, yes, you can use DECINO'S strategy, and strategy a few others have used, of just jumping and making them blow themselves up in the corner from the adjacent room with the switch. However, what I've noticed can happen, at least with the 2021 remake, is if the zombie goes down really close to the wall, there's a chance that they go down and can't get back up. I literally finished the map missing 3 kills, and for the life of me could not figure out where those 3 kills were. Turns out 3 of the zombies went down, apparently, when their explosives went off, and didn't stand back up. So you couldn't hit them, all you could do was hear them moaning, and you were stuck. No way to progress. So I don't know if that's just in the remaster, or if that's something Quake has always had, if zombies get down close to a wall, but definitely be careful there. Just keep the ogres away from them. And now that we hit the switch, we can get through here and work our way towards secret number 2, which is to be quad damage, and it is the hardest quad damage section of the map. So we need to open everything up here first. So, next we need to go ahead and cheese out an ogre over here, and we're going to do that by literally landing on his head. We're going to use him like a hat, so we can quickly get him out of here before the Shambler gets us right beside us. So yes, the Shambler teleported in there, and I'm not going to make you sit through this because it will take literally an eternity. Just jump and smack for all of eternity. Eventually he'll go down. Just like that. And we can also cheese out this ogre, no problem. He can't get us on the corner here. But don't worry, we can hit him perfectly fine. And also, let's cheese out the fiend by getting him woke up and just go back up the lift. Don't get right on the edge, just kind of sit back here a little bit and you can hit him with no problem. If you get right to the edge, the lift will actually drop and you'll get eviscerated. So let's not do that. Let's try to get the ogre out of here with the 2 zombies. Sometimes the zombies get in the way and it's just not worth it. But either way, you need to have this section open before grabbing the quad damage, because we have a very long way to go with this thing, and this is going to be where the majority of the kills are. So, you see we're at 47 right now. Jump in. Let's get the quad damage. Let's go ahead and take out 4 zombies in the pit here. 3 up top that are now crowded around us. And then all of them in the pit down here. I actually don't know the exact count because they just kind of clump up together. There's usually 3 over here in the corner. And now let's go back to where we just were with the ogre up top and take out those 2 with him. Literally, you're going to barely have enough time to get all of it in before the quad damage runs out, just like that. That'll bring you to 65 kills. So if you're not at 65 kills at this point, you might be at 66 if you took out that shambler we passed down below, the one that's literally right here underneath us. So if you're not at 65 or 66, if you took out the shambler, restart, because something's missing and you cannot backtrack at this point because you have moved the bridge from its original position. You can't backtrack to the beginning anymore. So now let's go ahead, get the shambler out of here best we can. Looks like we're gonna have to give him a smack or 2, and this one is a bit tougher to smack him from, because we have a much taller area to jump to. As you can see here, just kind of jump and smack. Eventually he'll get close enough to the edge that you can do something just like that. He's out of here. Now let's grab the shotgun shells and the health that we were holding on to, because at this point we have 66 kills. We have 2 of the 3 secrets. Now let's continue on to the hardest section of the map easily, just because of all the close quarters combat. And we are going to be hearing from Decino again pretty soon to explain a major challenge we're going to have coming up with another set of zombies. So again, just do a run by here, make sure everything's down, make sure there's no zombies that got stuck on the ground and didn't get back up. Because at this point we're going back to our central hub area. Now as you see, the bridge has been moved. So over this way, let's grab the armor and just run. Everything will follow us down. Literally, he's just gonna drop down with us. At this point we just want to get everything in fighting. We are not interested in single combat here. So just run around in circles here. Ideally, you can use the lift to try and jib some of the enemies if they get too close, like that one over there that got whacked. And again, anytime the Death Knight infights with anything, take full advantage. As you can see here, let's go ahead and take him out. Then we'll get a word from Decino about the new challenges we're going to face in this next area with 2 very annoying zombies. Let's just say that. They are very hard to get into position. So, Decino, what do we have coming up?
There are 2 zombies here, and you've got no weapons, no quad damage, and no monsters that can kill them. There is, however, the central lift. Getting crushed by the lift deals 100 damage. So all we need to do here is lure the zombies to the lift, and eventually they'll get crushed and jib.
Don't worry, I will save you the agonizing torture of us having to lure the zombies into place. In the meantime, let's go for secret number 3, which is right down the hall here. As soon as the fiend will get out of our face, we need to shoot this wall that is a different color from everything else, and that way we can go through here. As you can see, we've got nails, we've got rockets, we've got the 100 health, and the pentagram of protection, aka the invulnerability. So let's put that to perfect use by going in here and absolutely slapping everything senseless. Aim for headshots. Not really sure if headshots make a difference in this game, but I like to think it does, as we go on an absolute whacking rampage with all of the Death Knights here, because you do not want Death Knights just roaming around in this area. Trust me. So, go ahead, get all of them out of here except for one, but that one got weakened by the ogre he was infighting with. So, let's go ahead, get him taken care of. Just like that, this area is pretty much good. As you can see, now we need to lure the zombies over, and this is going to be our main challenge. As we go ahead and take out one of the ogres that was behind us, go ahead and get him out of here. And we want to go back over to the central lift. Now it does go up to a 3rd floor, and that's going to be important, but as you can see, the zombies are literally stuck in the corner here. We need to lure them out. So lure them out and lure one of them over here. As you can see, you can jib them just like that, getting them squished in the side of the elevator. So that was fun. We should probably do that again. And wait for it. Wait for it. There he goes. Trust me, that took forever. I got whacked by zombies. They would not come with me. They kept going back down their hallway in the wrong direction. It's irritating, but trust me, we're gonna have to do that a lot more in upcoming levels, since again, Quake 1 was not designed for every map to be shotgun started, like Doom was for every map to be pistol started. So, it's a challenge, but as Decino proved in his video, make sure to watch it. It is possible. It's just very difficult to shotgun start every map, and we're doing it. So, right there's the Thunderbolt, aka the plasma rifle. Let's go ahead and just do short bursts so we can take out both fiends, because they do not necessarily get stuck on the wall here. They can make their way through. And let's go ahead and at least take out 2 of the Death Knights. That way we won't have as much to deal with here, as we are on the way to getting the gold key, as you can see up there. So, one more to go. Go ahead and just launch him out of existence, and just like that, this area is ours. One more fiend to go guarding the key. But luckily we've got health and all the nails we could ever not use. Thanks for all of that, John. Would it have been so hard to give us a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher in this map, then we wouldn't have had any of this struggles and having to jib stuff. So, let's go back. And now, make sure no enemies got lost wandering behind us as we go ahead and put this gold key to use down here. So, get ready. This is another one where we have to get a Shambler and Fiend infighting with each other. It's usually not too difficult. I mean, the Fiend jumps around like a wild wombat over here as we go ahead and get the Shambler to play along. Obviously, the Shambler has double the health of the Fiend, so we want to make sure to help the Fiend out here as we go ahead and get him the heck out of here, Mancubus. I mean, come on, we all know what the Shambler is. At least health-wise. Let's go ahead and get him out of here, and now we should be good. Got it. Alright. It's basically a Mancubus with a melee attack. I mean, you could think of it as an Archvile, but an Archvile is much faster and instantly hits you no matter where you are if he sees you. So, Shamblers definitely take the Archvile position in this game, though, of constantly making you have to move around and account for them every time you see them. As you see, we're at 95 kills, so let's finish this one strong. Lure the zombie over here by the doorway, that way the Shambler can telefrag it. Otherwise, you have no way to get rid of that zombie unless you get all the way down the lift with it and let the Vore take it out. So, let's go ahead as we also positioned ourselves to telefrag the Shambler that came in and the Fiend. So Shambler teleports by the doorway and the Fiend teleports opposite the doorway. As you can see there, everything's taken out so far. Get ready for, in my opinion, the hardest part of the map, just because with a shotgun, these things don't ever go down one hit, and you're just constantly getting health taxed to death here, trying to make your way down. As you can see, there's rockets. If you have a rocket launcher, you can take them out no problem. But if you don't, like we don't, we have to wait till we get down and see the boss monster, aka the Baron of Hell of the series, mixed with a Revenant. We've got the Vore, and we've got 2 of them. So they shoot basically Revenant missiles, you might as well say, after us, except I'm telling you, these things curve at much sharper angles, it seems like. Let's get a whole bunch of them spun up into zombies, and that'll wipe out all 6 zombies. At this point, we just have to take them out. And at least from what I've been able to tell, it doesn't seem like the Vore has a melee attack. So we can use that to our advantage. by trying to get them to hit the pillar. As you can see, they can take such sharper angles, it seems like, than the Revenant missiles. So we have to be very careful when those things start firing at us. And at this point, let's just play slap around the podium, and just like that, and that, they should be about done. There's one, and there's two, and just like that, episode 2 is over. A huge thanks to Decino for letting me use his footage. Please make sure, if you're not already, that you're subscribed to him. He is the reason that I do what I do on this channel. He is one of my greatest influences for deciding to do these guided runs and walkthroughs for people, and I'll forever be grateful for that fact. If you've not already, please check out the Quake playlist. Like, share, comment, subscribe so more people can see our videos, and we will see you back next time with episode 3. Take care, everyone.